Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeremy. Blah, 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 blah. We know this stuff already. Sorry I haven't uploaded in 50 billion years. I've been going through some things in my school. All is well. But yeah, this is my infamous World's Prediction video. This starting out. This isn't all the divisions, obviously, because I've only done 2. It took me forever to score these teams. I have 6 in small senior and 5 in medium senior, and I'm still doing large senior because it's taking me a week and a half to do all of these. I mean, the teams I just said. Actually, no, it didn't. It took me all night, one night, and then I went to Seattle, and then I stopped, and then shoot, I got back yesterday, and then I've taken a day to get used to North Carolina again, and then I'm back. But that's besides the point. I'll be covering small and medium senior today, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You all know how to do that. If not, welcome to YouTube. Hi, how are you? Welcome to this place. But yeah. I will be covering Small Senior X, Generals, Lady Lightning, Brandon Senior Pink, Rain Athletics Aqua, and Top Gun Angels. And for Medium Senior, I'll be covering M5 Bombshells, Lady Jags, 18 Peach, and Super Seniors. So, without further ado, let's get into it. For Small Senior X, my strengths, their strengths is definitely their standing, tumbling, and their stunt difficulty. Cause what you call it? Ooh, wait. Let me read this again. 5 inversion. Okay, never mind. I'm correct. This is their new stunt sequence that they did at Myrtle. About I think it was 2 weeks ago, last week, 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. But yeah. Their new stunt sequence, I will get into it later when I go over Aqua. But I did see on Twitter, it proved my point, their stunt sequences are very similar. And, yeah, it all depends, who has the better, I don't know, but technique, I guess, I'm not sure. But, yeah, their strengths are definitely their, stunt difficulty, their standing tumbling difficulty, well, and running tumbling difficulty. Also, their pyramid is, very unique, and it was more difficult in the beginning of the season, but it is cleaner, which is, to me, that's the most important part. If you can't execute a skill cleanly, why are you doing it in the first place? My, little critiques, I would, make sure the flyers are in contact with the bracers at all times, because that's the legality they got at Worlds, last year. The jump choreography, SSX always has this jump choreography, but it's going under in the baskets. I think the people doing that need to, execute, or, they need to perform more. The double fulls, make sure they're all the way rotated. Don't tear an ACL before World or at World, even after. Please don't do it. And the switch ups, please make sure they are clean. They go all the way up. Don't bobble. Please don't bobble, because bobbles count at Worlds. I know bobbles are pretty subjective, but if the stunt and if the flyer and the base move in attempt to save a stunt, as well as the flyer going at chest level when it's supposed to be extended, that counts as a bobble in my opinion. And they will be deducted for that at Worlds, because bobbles count. I think it's 2 points. No, yes, 2 points. I think it's 2 points for a bobble, and 3 for a fall, and 4 for a major building fall. If it hasn't changed, because I haven't looked at deduction. I have not looked at deductions this year. I looked at this regular score sheet that was released in October, but the deductions, I haven't looked at that yet. All right, for SSX, I would rank them. About, for now, I'm just gonna rank them at 3rd place, solely because they need to clean up. If they get cleaned up, they are likely to do very well. But as of right now, I have them in 3rd place going into the World Championships. Next, I will go over generals. The 5-star generals. They actually have 5 stars, 5 NTA wins. Good job to them. So, generals definitely have their standing tumbling as their strength. But, and that's a big but. If I'm being completely honest, like, when you really look at it, generals don't have the highest difficulty in standing tumbling, in my opinion. Like, going into worlds, actually SSX has, okay, I categorize the elite passes, like anything that ends in a full or double full would be counted as elite. But I like to categorize mine as like whip full, amount of double fulls, combo to double full, combo to whip, combo to full. That's the way I do mine. Or any skill that can be done in restricted 5 is not elite for me. So for me, I have SSX did 28 elite passes, which includes their handfuls, 2 to full, standing fulls, combo to double, series to double full, whatever, and 6 level appropriate passes, which I categorize as passes that can be done in restricted 5. So that's why. Actually, yeah, I scored SSX's difficulty, their standing tumbling difficulty, a 10, because that's a lot of passes for 22 athletes to do. Like, 28 of those things can't be done in restricted 5, so they're obviously going to, like, score higher on the margin than literally any other team, because I compared all the 6 small senior teams together, and SSX had the most difficult standing tumbling. So, like, as in difficult, I mean more elite passes. SSX has 28, and Woodlands Elite Generals have 25. So, yeah, Generals may have more, like, you know, standing or TOEFLs, whatever, but, like, with the double fulls, like, the amount of double fulls done in the standing tumbling team, it's less than SSX, so it's gonna woosah if the people get mad in the comments. But it's like, I score them a 9-9, like, it's a point, like 0.1 difference. But anyways, generals, their kick doubles are switch kick doubles are gorgeous. And their stunt sequence, little cookie cutter IMO. They have all their everything they do in their stunt sequence is elite, except for like the well, they don't even double down. Like, literally everything they do is elite. But I did score at SSX and generals like the exact same, because they do the same amount of elite skills in their routines, or elite in their stunt sequence. I can speak English. But yeah, they do the exact same amount and of elite stunts in their stunt sequence. So I scored them the exact same difficulty score. Their running tumbling is awesome as per usual. But I did score them a 9-8 because a team that I will say later, I think out-tumbled them. And you know, Generals were out-tumbled at Worlds by Lady Lightning and I think CJA Bombshells. Because you remember, you got your quantity amount. If you go back to an extremely old video of mine, I remember that little chart, quantity. And I think Lady Lightning had a double full for every girl that was on the team last year. And that's why I think they got the highest tumbling score at Worlds. And their pyramid is, if you go to, like, Obsessed with Everything Cheers video, like, she literally, like, explained everything that I was going to explain, so there's no point in me explaining it. But their pyramid score, I did give them a 9-7, because a 9-7 in difficulty and technique, but you know how Worlds judges are with their technique scores. They are not going to score them as high as I would, but their difficulty, I think it's there. But it's all subjective to what the World's judges do. But that was Generals, and I have them winning. Ooh. remember, SSX is, I gave, I'm not gonna say my scores, but, they're like this close together. SSX in generals are like this close. And next, I will be doing Lady Lightning. Okay. Lady Lightning, their difficulty in their standing tumbling, like they have 21 elite passes and then 5 passes that can be done in restricted 5. So I gave them a 9-8 in difficulty, which is fairly high. I think they have the best jumps in small senior. Like, oh my god, they're beautiful. Like, their stunt sequence, the one they did at NCA, I gave them a 10 in difficulty. Ooh. Because, like, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes that can be counted as elite, and they have the right number. They have the right amount of groups that do them. Like, but for generals, they would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They would have had 5 elites. They do 5 elite stunts in their stunt sequence, but 2 do switch up to Scorpion, while the other 2 do low to high 360 TikTok to Scorpion in their routine. So the two that don't do the as 1, 3, the first, the center, and the far right girl, the middle 2, that can't be counted because only 2 groups did it. Remember that little chart? In order for things to be counted, 3 or more groups have to do the stunt sequence. So that's why generals aren't scoring a perfect 10 in stunt difficulty. On the other hand, Lady Lightning will, in my opinion, I think they will. But yeah. So they have 5 elite things that will be counted toward their difficulty score. But yeah. Lady Lightning's running tumbling, that is the one that they have a perfect 10 on. If you remember back to NCA, they had those 8 ripple through the doubles, and then they're throwing so many combinations. They've in all they threw 8 combo through the doubles, 13 through the doubles, and then 2 combo through the full, and that's it. And their dance is great. They could have executed it better at NCA, but I scored them reasonably. Their performance is awesome as per usual. Their pyramid was about the same as generals, but Lady Lightning executed theirs better, but slightly better. And I have Lady Lightning coming in second by it says generals, Lady Lightning, Small Senior X. But Small Senior X is down there because they just need to be a little bit cleaner. And yeah, next I will go to Brandon Senior Pink. We know how Brandon Senior Pink won at UCA over Small Senior X, but we're not going to get into that because we're just not going to get into that because I have a lot to say on that, and we're not going to get into that. Yeah, no. Remember, Brandon Senior Pink has 22 athletes, so they have the maximum slot allotted, whatever. They have pretty baskets. Their standing tumbling. Wow, their standing tumbling difficulty is on the lower end of the spectrum of across the 6 teams that will be listed. Their technique is wavering depending on who's tumbling, because remember the under-rotated doubles, they're very scary to watch, because I'm please don't get hurt. But yeah, they have 11 handfuls, 1 standing full, and 2 through the doubles. Everything else could have been done in restricted 5. So I'm just that's why I score them on the lower end of the spectrum, because if you most of your passes can be done in restricted 5, you can't you can score in the high range, but not as high, if you get what I'm saying. Their stunt sequence is it's kind of hard to explain, but I will do it to the best of my ability. Since Brandon Senior Pink has the maximum people that can be on a small senior team, which is 22, they should put up 3 or more stunt groups. they put up 4 for the majority of the stunt for the stunt sequence. So yeah, but here's the thing. I'll go through the stunt sequence like piece by piece. All right. Brandon C. in pink does 4 ball at 360 to stretch, which is an elite skill. So that's one elite skill with no front spots. So that's elite. Next, they do 4 double arounds to Scorpion, but they had 2 front spots on out of the 4. So what I did is I dinged them because it says on the world score sheet the minimal amount of bases causes your stunt difficulty to go higher. So, and you need 3, not for me, but for the world score sheet, you need 3 or more elite skills to score in the high range. But they use 4 bases out of the 4 stunt groups. So 2 out of the 4 stunt groups had 4 bases, while the other had 3. Now, what I did, I dinged them on their difficulty score because that's what a world score sheet calls for. So I dinged them there and made that level appropriate. Next, they had 4 inversions to arabesques, which would usually be an elite skill, but all 4 stunt groups used front spots. So I had to ding them there as well. And then they break into 5 stunt groups, which all 22 girls minus 2 were involved in. And they all did high to high, stretch to stretch. Actually, I lied. The two girls, the 2 extra girls, that are usually like tumbling, they spotted, well, 2 groups had 4 bases, so I had to ding them there as well. But since 3 did not, I'll count that as an elite skill because 3 stunt groups were the elite, so it'll count. And then their dismount, which is like 4. I call it a waterfall, but it's like a one-legged waterfall. But yeah, in one group used 1 front spot. Woo, that was a doozy. But yeah, like you see, like the amount, like front spots, they're good to like make sure the stunt is clean, which they have a high technique score. But the difficulty, they will be dinged on their difficulty score for the use of front spots because, you know, that's what the world score sheet, like, calls for, the minimal use of bases. So, yeah. Hopefully for Worlds, they won't have them so they can score high because I know last year, like, they were on point. This year, they're still on point, but, like, hopefully they can, like, please don't use the front spots. Please don't. So they can like have a high difficulty score because they have 4 elite elements and then the 1 level appropriate. So yes, please don't use them so you can score higher in your stunt difficulty because yeah. All right, for running tumbling, they have 6 through the doubles, 10 combo through the fulls, and then 1 combo through the double. Which would add up to 17 elite passes out of 22, and they only threw at least a combo through the full, which is really good. But in comparison to the other teams that I will go over, it wasn't as high. But their technique was like little wavering too, because like I think Sharita said in the video, either all the people on your team need to do a tucked full, a piked full, or a full which is laid out. And the same goes to double fulls, like which way, not which way are you gonna do it, but like how are you gonna do it? And it has to be consistent through the entire team, so the judges don't have a reason to deduct you. Not deduct, but like lower your technique score. So I think that's what Brandon C. Pink like has to like get that situated. But yeah, their pyramid is, I'm just gonna say it, it's identical, like not identical, but like extremely similar to SSX's, but it's slightly more difficult and slightly more clean. So I give them 9/8 on both of those, and then add on all the compulsories, and I have them coming in 6th. But remember, they get rid of those front spots. Ooh, that'll be good. And I'll be back. Okay. Next, I will be going over Rain Athletics Aqua, and then of course, last but not least, I will go over Top Gun Angels because they're both doing great. Um, yeah, for Rain Athletics Aqua, like actually, I think I might need to go revise this because their routine like changes up. Like literally, if you notice, like every time they go into compete, little things change in their routine every single time. Like if you just notice the little things, like their routine's becoming slightly more difficult. Like every time I see them, like and they're like, I didn't use their routine from like last. You know what? I'm gonna just do this one live. Like I'll like put Aqua to the side right now so we can like do a live revision. Not live, I'll just record myself doing it. But yeah, I'll just do that. So let's go on to Top Gun Angels. I'll have Aqua in their own video because I am genuinely curious about how this team will go. Because I'm excited for them at Worlds because they're doing great. Anyways, Top Gun Angels. Alright, before I even start, Top Gun Angels and Lady Jags are the most alike team ever because they're so clean. But at Lady Jags, like you'll see like their difficulty, like it's not there yet. It can be, but it's not there yet. But their technique, oh my god, it's beautiful. And actually, before I get into it, I lied about Brandon Senior Pink. They have more standing dumpling difficulty than Angels do. I'll get into that later. Anyways, yes, Top Gun Angels. We know, they almost won Tier Sport. Cause wow, like, but at Worlds, like in comparison to like all the other small senior teams, their standing tumbling difficulty is it's pretty low, but their technique is pretty high. So yeah, the one 2 to whip double that they have, probably the cleanest I've seen all season. Like I'm dead serious. Like that is a very clean 2 to whip double, and their 3 to fulls and whatnot. Like once again, you have to say like, are they tucking, are they piking, or are they laid out? I think that Angels are pretty content with like piking down, which is pretty good. They're all consistent with the way they do their fulls, but in running tumbling, they're all laid out, which is it's so pretty. But the 12 hand fulls that they do have, it's really good, which counts toward like standing fulls, and then they have 2 to fulls, which is they're gorgeous. And for their first like part of their stun sequence, they do the 6 low to high lip to lip TikToks. They are low to high, so they can be done in like restricted 5. But there's 6 of them, and the minimal use of the bases, I think everyone is in them except that one girl that did the Raven through the double. So, by the way, gorgeous. I'll get into that later. But yeah, the minimal use of bases. Remember that, which causes their like stunt difficulty score to go up. But yeah. In their English, in their elite section, they do a 1.5 around the stretch, and then inversion to arabesque. I'm hopefully they're gonna change the next the lib to stretch TikTok high to high. Hopefully they'll go stretch to stretch so they can raise their difficulty score up. But on the bright side, like all 5 groups, nothing's fake, nothing's watered down. Even like the 6 low to high little TikToks, like nothing's fake, nothing's watered down. Like their difficulty score is an 8 because they do like, you know, they're at the lower end of the high range because like it's not as much. I'm pretty sure it will go up in comparison to like all the teams in small senior, but as of now, like in comparison to like the other 5 teams in that I scored in this division, it's on the lower end of the spectrum. But of course their technique is high. So yeah, what they don't make up in difficulty, they will make up in technique, which is like the good thing about Angels, because like what they don't make up in technique, they will make up in like what they don't make up in difficulty, they will make up in technique, which is awesome. Their kick doubles are gorgeous, like as in like baskets. Oh yes, jump choreography is there. And their technique is good too, which I'm like, once again, yes. Okay, the running tumbling, it's not as difficult either as in comparison to like the other teams in the division, including Brandon Senior Pink. But Their technique, once again, gorgeous. Like, the way they do their fulls is consistent throughout the entire routine or throughout the entire running tumbling section. Their difficulty could be better. They have 3 combo through the doubles, 3 through the doubles, 6 combo through the full, and like 12 through the fulls, but they can be done in restricted 5. So, yeah, but the way that they're all consistent with the way they do their fulls really matters. So I gave them a very high technique score. Not the highest technique in the division, but it's up there. Their pyramid difficulty, it can be more difficult, which I hope and pray they do upgrade before Worlds, but they're super clean. It's fairly difficult already, but it can be more difficult because the little things that they could do, like, throughout their pyramid. Well, Angels have the best dance on all of small senior. I hope we all can agree on that. If not, I don't know what you're doing. But the routine itself is pretty good. I really like the performance, the way they performed it. They are on the lower end of the spectrum, like across the teams that I scored today. They can like make up for it in their stunt difficulty if they can just add in those high TikToks. And if they could add a little bit more doubles in the routine, they can easily get into like the mix of the teams. Like I had Aqua fairly close, but Angels, like I think they can just do a little bit more like a push. And I seriously think they can be contenders. All right, where's medium senior? All right, medium senior time. This video is extremely long. I hope you guys like listening to me talk. Let me scroll down. Alright, we're gonna go with our reigning world champions, M5 Bombshells. I'm just gonna say this now. I tweeted this about before they won Worlds. Like, if this team doesn't go large in the next year, I'm gonna be really upset because they have so much potential. I don't know why they're medium. They should be in large. Because that difficulty, wow. I'm just gonna like start this off now. Like, I have, like, remember, we're switching up to medium senior. Push small senior to the side. Boom. M5. Their standing tumbling difficulty is out of this world. 31 elite passes. That's more than the people on the team. You have 30 people on the team, but 31 are doing elite passes. What the heck? But restricted 5 passes. I have 13, but still. But their technique is lacking. If they can just become more cleaner, like that world title is theirs easily, but they just need to be cleaner. They're like F5 back in 2014, except F5 had the highest raw, but they had like slightly better technique. But if M5 can clean up, their world title is theirs easy. Their jumps are gorgeous. Pyramid, I'm going out of order. I'm just saying like how I wrote it on the paper. The pyramid score, once again, very difficult. Technique is a little lacking, like slightly. Their basket tosses, clean and gorgeous. If they can just get everything like that, it'll be just A1. Their stunt sequence actually isn't the most difficult in this division. Ooh. I did their their NCA performance too. So it could be like, it could have differed from Battle at the Capitol, but I couldn't find clear videos for me to score, so I'm using NCA. That's like a reference point for a lot of these teams, actually. They had 1, 2, 3 elite skills. I don't think it changed. But they had 3 elite skills that had 5 or more athletes doing them. Because they do have 30 athletes. They did the 6 double rounds to bow and arrow, which is extremely difficult. And then the 7 high to high, stretch to stretch. And then the 7 inversion to like scales. Everything else is level appropriate, which is like low to high TikToks or whatever. Excuse me. And then their switch ups. It didn't go like all the way around, like full around. It was like 3/4 full around to like tick the arabesque. So I couldn't give them the elite like score for that one, but it's beside the point. The 4 double downs and 3 kick double downs. Like, this is what I don't get about varsity and USSF. Why aren't kick double downs like an elite dismount? Like, they're hard to do, but you know what, utility. But their technique is so-so. Their difficulty is a little bit higher than average in comparison to the other teams that I will say in this division. Once again, they're running tumbling. They have 9 combo through the doubles, 9 through the doubles, 10 combo through the fulls, and no through the fulls. That no through the fulls shows you how difficult their tumbling section is. Like, the phone is ringing. There's an animal in trouble somewhere. What's gonna work? Hello? Hi. I'm good. Nothing yet. I was gonna get pizza. I was gonna get pizza. Get pizza. Eat pizza. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Alright. Are you, like, you leaving base right now, right? Oh. Oh. You have a game today, don't you? Ooh. Yikes. Oh. Okay. You right. Oh. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. My father called. This video's 30 minutes long. Okay. As I was saying before, I was interrupted by responsibility. Um, yeah, M5 has 9 combo through the doubles, 9 through the doubles, and 10 combo through the fulls. Long story short, they got the perfect 10 in difficulty. They just need to execute. Like, once again, like I was saying with Angels, they need to, like, get, like, which way are they going to do their fulls? Tucked, piked, or laid out. And once they do that, their technique score will go higher. Dance, bomb, routine composition, I love the routine, and the performance, they performed. Like, I think they had the highest performance. I scored them the highest in their performance value because they did that. Like, if they can just clean up, they will just flourish. But they do need to go in large senior. Just, like, go under the name Bombshells. You don't have to be called M5. Just, like, go, like, be just called ECE Bombshells, large senior 5. Like, they break in the top 5 easy if they could just, like, if they're clean, the big 6 instead of the big 5. Just saying. Next, I'm going to do A-Team. A-Team, I have, literally, I have them tied with Bombshells for second place. M5's only in second place because they're not that clean. That's why. So don't crucify me once you hear the top spot, because you're like, oh my god, he's biased. Want that. Their standing tumbling difficulty, it is there. It is most definitely there. Not the highest, because M5 scored a perfect 10 in difficulty. But their technique is also there that match their difficulty, which I like about A-Team. They're consistent all around. They're a very good all around team. Their stunt difficulty, like, they have 4 elite skills, and then, of course, the double downs in addition to that, which would be level appropriate. I scored them a 9-8 in difficulty because, once again, the difficulty is there. They just need to execute it better because there are some bent legs in their heel stretches, which is pretty consistent around Spirit of Texas. I don't know why, but it just is. But they can stay in the air, which is probably the most important. But you gotta look good, which they do look good for the most part, which is pretty good. Their tumbling is pretty high. They have a pretty well-rounded routine, actually. But they do have 3 combo through the doubles, 12 through the doubles, 9 combo through the fulls, and, like, 8 round-off fulls. So their running tumbling section is pretty well-rounded, IMO. Their pyramid could be a little bit more difficult. Their pyramid could actually absolutely be more difficult. Because they do, like, 1, 2, skill. 1, 2, skill. Like, but they've been doing that for years. But I feel like if they can do stuff in succession, oh my god, A-Team will be so good. But they just need to, like, do it, you know? Their jumps are gorgeous. Because that's consistent around the Spirit of Texas too. Gorgeous jumps. They are good performers, so all the compulsories, they're high. Not the highest, but they're high. Their basket tosses, their technique could be a little bit better, but it's over a 9.5. Like, it's a 9.7. I give them a 9.7 in toss difficulty. But for A team, I feel like they can like be cleaner in their stunt sequence and have a little bit more difficult pyramid. But other than that, they're fine. They are absolutely very fine. Next, Peach. Peachy. I just want the ball up split back. I know it's a level 4 move, but please bring it back. Bring your creative side back. Peach, they're saying tell me they have an elite skill for all 30 girls. Like, not all 30 girls did them, but they have one for every girl, which is awesome. So, but and they're clean as well, which is awesome. Like, once again, like with like A team, like they have enough skills, like to like have them all around. Like they're an all around team. They're like super clean and have the difficulty to back it up. Excuse me, not the most difficult in their the division, because M5 made a perfect 10 in difficulty. But yeah, they're super clean and their difficulty's there too. They have made so much improvements over this season, like it's ridiculous. Their stun sequence could be more difficult. They have 3 elite, actually excuse me, 4 elite skills and like 3 level appropriate ones, which I put their difficulty score as a 9.7 because remember the skill that they do, and the bent legs and like their flexibility will catch up with them eventually, like in score wise, because like they gotta stretch a little bit more. I give them a 9.5 in technique. Like I know like technique is like subjective, but like they gotta get that flexibility up. They got to, and the little wobbles here and there, it will add up, which is the scary part about this, because like the little things that most people don't see will like, and then technique scores come back and they're like, what happened? Like I thought this was super clean. That yeah, they hit clean, but do you see the little things? Which is because you can like miss it completely, and then you get the world, and they're just here like, oh my god, what happened? I think that's what happened to Peach last season. They got 4th, and they had a pretty decent routine, but they got 4th. And everybody's like, oh, what happened? What happened? Because they won the Triple Crown. Like, I think that's what happened. Like, the little things caught up with them, and the world's judges noticed, and that's what happened. And hopefully it won't happen again this year, but I'm just giving you a heads up, because it might happen. Running tumbling difficulty, their difficulty is once again there, just like A Team. Like, I think they have their, the way they do their fulls, I think they have it all together, just like Angels. They have 5 combo through the doubles, 11 through the doubles, 8 combo through the fulls, and 2 through the fulls. And then the compulsories are high. One more thing about Peach before I move on to Lady Jags. There's this one girl in their routine who can do a lot more than they have her doing. She goes to Flip City South. That girl can tumble. Why is she only doing it through the double? I know she can do more. Maybe she's injured. If so, that's okay. But I know this girl can do so much more. Like, please have her do like a little bit more, because we all know that she can do a lot more than she's showing us. Hopefully she will, because she's awesome. She's probably one of the best tumblers at Stingrays, barring Angel Rice, of course, and her brother. But still, she's awesome. Alright, Lady Jags. Their difficulty, they do have standing tumbling difficulty. When you really look at it, they have the difficulty and the technique is there. But yeah, they have 27 athletes going at. They had 27 athletes at UCA. They do have the difficulty and the technique is there. Like, once again, I think Sharita, like, pointed this out when she reacted to their showcase video. Like, they do their fulls the exact same way. They're all, like, either piked, laid out, or tucked. And in Lady Jack's case, they're laid out, which will raise their technique score even higher than what I put them. I think they tumbled cleaner than what I put them at, which is awesome. However, they need to be wary about the way they do their doubles, because they can end up under rotated and they could get hurt. But yeah, they have 20 elite passes and 6 passes that can be done in restricted 5. Out of the 27 athletes that they do have, with that could raise their difficulty score higher. Because remember, you have to taking the amount of the amount of athletes that they have throughout the amount of passes that they did. So remember that. Their kick double baskets, they have 5 of them, which is of course fine because they can only put 6 athletes in the air with 27 people. But they could put more, which will raise their stunt difficulty even higher because remember, minimum use of bases. But I don't know. All right, their elite section, literally everything they did in that section was elite except for the double down. I don't know why they USSF hasn't like made up a elite dismount. It doesn't exist yet, but hopefully it will in the near future. They had one group fake 2 out of the 4 elite parts, but since the right amount of groups that did it, they'll still count toward the elite. So they had 6 inversion to stretch, 5 1.5 rounds to stretch, 5 high to high TikToks, stretch to stretch, and then 6 switch ups through full switch ups to arabesque, which is all of what I said was elite, and then the dismount, which was level appropriate, and then one girl tumbled out of hers, which boosts their creativity score up higher. So their stunt is fairly difficult because remember, everything they did was elite, and their technique is there as well. The only thing I have to say about that could raise the technique score higher is make sure all the flyers are in a stretch and that there's no bent legs. You can't really see because of their high socks, but like if their like legs are like completely like stretched out, like it doesn't matter if it's not high, but if it's like stretched out, I think that'll raise their technique score higher. The same with Peach. So yeah, their running tumbling section is not the most difficult because they do throw a lot of fulls, but they have 3 combo through the doubles, 7 through the doubles, 10 combo through the fulls, and 5 through the fulls. I put their difficulty score on the lower end of the teams that I'm doing. I think it is the lowest running tumbling difficulty that in this division that I scored, but their technique score is one of the highest at like a 9.8. Because once again, like the way they do their fulls is consistent. They're all laid out, and like a few piped here and there because of bad landings or bad starts to their tumbling pass. But other than that, like it's fairly consistent. Their pyramid is fairly difficult this year, and they have technique to back it up. I gave them 9.8s on difficulty and technique. Their jumps are high. I like the round off because the round off does give them more power to do their touch into the back tuck, which like all their jumps are high too, and the timing is so good. They look like scissors. Like, yeah, they look like scissors. The dance, I think they have the best dance in the division. The performance, and they do perform in their routine makeup is really good. If Lady Jack, here's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to have a 2014 repeat. If Lady Jags can be as clean as they were in 2014, they could come home with a globe easy. Like, very easy. Because, like, you have little slip-ups here and there from all the other teams, but Lady Jags, if they're clean and consistent like they were, or like they are, excuse me, they'll win. Alright, next and last for this video, I have Fame Super Seniors out of Mithlo, Virginia. Alright, one thing I have to say about Super Seniors is they have come a long way. They've come a long way since they began, and I'm so happy that they're at the position that they are right now, because I think they beat M5 at Battle at the Capitol. I think M5 hit, and Super Seniors did it as well. There's issues that I'll get into later, but their standing tumbling isn't the most difficult in the division. I did theirs from Battle at the Capitol. Like, I tried to, because the video wasn't really good, but yeah, they have a lot going on. They have 18 elite and 9 restricted 5 passes, so I can't score them like high. I think I scored them a 9.6, and their technique, please clean up, because I know the the 3 to doubles in the routine, like please, like their ankles, they're not like their legs are not like the legs aren't necessarily together. They just be like this because they're like this, like this. Because I'm like, please land on, like, I'm praying, like, please land on your feet. Don't tear ACL. Please land on, like, don't bust your ankles. Please don't. Because it's a little frightening. Their stunt sequence, on the other hand, is pretty daggone good. It's very good, actually. Like, alright. We're going to go through it all piece by piece. You have 6 low to high lip to stretch TikToks into immediate high to high stretch to bow TikToks, which is their first elite section. And then they're going to go to inversion to stretch, which is they have 6. Then you have 5 high to high. Okay, the next one is the high to high 1.5 around to stretch. You never see those anymore. Like, you're at extension and then you're gonna go around. Like, you never see that anymore. The last time I saw that for real was in like 2015, and then here super seniors are doing it now. I'm just like, okay, I see you. And you just never see it around. You just never see it anymore. They do need to be a little bit cleaner though, like with flexibility. Like, and then they go into an immediate lib to lib TikTok. Like, everything is done in succession, which is awesome. Like, their stunt difficulty score is high, but their just technique score is just a little bit higher. Like, I know they could be cleaner than that because I've seen them be cleaner than that in competition videos. But if they just do that, they'll be just fine for Worlds. Their running tumbling difficulty is there. I have them at like a 9-7 because they have 6 common through the doubles, 8 through the doubles, 8 common through the fulls, and 3 through the fulls. Once again, they need to be consistent on the way they do their fulls, like tucked, laid out, or piped. But their doubles, they do need to be a lot cleaner than they are right now to like score higher. Once again, they have the same problem. Well, not the same problem because they can get more power through running than standing. But it's like they still have the same problem, but it's not as bad. Like with the doubles, like their legs aren't together at all. Like, make a gymnastics reference. Okay, we're done comparing teams. But if you like watch gymnastics and watch vault, you watch someone called Michaela Skinner, like back when she was elite, not when she's collegiate right now, but when she was elite, she would do the most difficult everything, like on vault and floor, but the way she did it is the reason why she didn't make the Olympic team. Like, she was an alternate, but that's the reason why she didn't make the Olympic team, because she wasn't clean. And I think the same applies to super seniors, unfortunately. But if they can get cleaner, they'll be in contention to like win the gold globe or globe period. Cause like those world judges, they are harsh. Like me, I am pretty generous with the way I do my technique scores. But from worlds when I saw last year, oh my god, they are brutal. Like low 8s. For most of the teams there, and that's the most of the higher name teams too, that are like known for technique, and they're scoring like low 8s. I'm just like, what is happening? Excuse me, but it's just the way it is. But yeah, that's my video for today. It's extremely long. It's about 50 minutes, like pre-editing, but yeah. Please comment below your predictions for small and medium senior. Large senior and international all girl 5 and 6 will be out as my next video, more than likely. But yeah, Worlds is soon. It's never too late to critique. Remember, Courtney Smith-Pope changed senior elite's entire, like most of their routine in a day, or in a night, excuse me. So anything is possible. So yeah, my predictions may be wrong, and but whatever. Anyways, if you like this video, remember to subscribe, like, share, comment. Anyways, bye you guys. Mwah.